And the CEO are speaking there. Quite a number of people also following the proceedings here, and a number of them are concerned. And probably, if we had an opportunity, we would have posed some of those questions to the commissioners at the Bomas of Kenya. And some of them are here, and they tell me they have certain specific complaints that they have. What is your concern? Start by your name and tell us what are your concerns about this electoral process.
My name is Irene Omondi. I came here early, I've been on the queue for 2 hours. Reaching there, I am told this is not my polling station. 2017, I voted here. So I'm like, how comes I'm not appearing here and I'm appearing somewhere else? So I've not been allowed to vote. So it's like I've wasted my 2 hours on the queue.
Did you get an opportunity to verify where your registration details were? Did you come to confirm or even use the portal that IEBC had given out for people to cross-check where they had been registered as voters?
Yeah, I tried using the portal, but it didn't go through. So I said, let me just come and verify here. When I reached here, I've been on the queue. The portal is not, it is working for some people and it is not working for some people. So I'm like, now I'm not allowed to vote. I've wasted my vote and I've wasted 2 hours on the queue.
Did you raise the same issue with the presiding officers? What was his or her response?
I did, but he told me if I'm appearing somewhere else, I can't vote here now. And it's already past the voting time. I can't travel and go that far.
It's unfortunate, and you clearly missed this out. So what would be your suggestion or your proposal, your recommendations to IEBC in future elections? What should they do, in your opinion?
My proposal is they should try educating the public early, like 5 months early before elections, so that people verify which polling stations they are in, and they do that early so that we are not caught up in such kind of situations.
So sorry, unfortunately, you don't participate, but thank you for turning up and even queuing together with others who have voted, though you didn't make it to the ballot.
Thank you. Yeah. I woke up early. I did. Yeah, so as a mwananchi, a good mwananchi, I turned out. So I appreciate myself for that.
Thank you very much. Asante sana. Would you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, I just want to say that it's better for IEBC to just do quality check for all the registrars, because once you register and you are eligible to vote, the presiding officer was telling us that they print the manual register from the KIMS kit, and then he's saying if you're not in the KIMS kit, then you're not in the manual register. Yet last time we used the manual register and the KIMS kit together, so I couldn't marry the two. So they need to make sure that they do quality checks for whatever printouts they do.
Thank you very much. And what is your good name?
George Okoth.
Thank you, George. Poleni sana. Let me speak now to one of the observers, Reverend Dr. Matthews Mwalwa. Some of the concerns that are being raised here and several others, in your assessment as an observer, what would you say have been the pertinent issues that have been triggered in this election, have come up in this election, and maybe your recommendations as we move to the next election in 2027?
To begin with, I think we need to commend the IEBC for a good job well done. Because everywhere I have been, there has been a process that was smooth, seamless, so to speak, except for a couple of areas that perhaps could have been avoided. Because yesterday I was speaking to somebody who said their name has missed. They are not in the list. So somehow someone needs to do their homework so that we do not have those incidences where people are disgruntled, they are unhappy. And then another thing is that the biometric method, as good as it is because it is electronic, it has failed in quite a number of places, because in some of the areas where I was today, because of the people that use their hands a whole lot, it was not reading. And so if you have 5 people like that, and they spend about 30 minutes, by the time their fingers show, or by the time the returning officer decides to scan their ID and so on, then you have the other people in the queue all heated up and stressed. But generally speaking, I think the day went very well. The Kenyans came in not as in many numbers as we had hoped, but they came, they voted, and they were excited about it.
Reverend, somebody was having a conversation with me a little earlier, right here at this polling station, that where is the connection between the people who are attending political rallies by the various candidates and the people who turned up to vote? What is the transition? Where are the numbers?
That's not an easy question, but in my perspective, I think a lot of young people that come are entertained by the crowds and the candidates and so on and so forth. But during the voting day, there's no entertainment. So there's a disconnect somehow between how we look at the rallies and how we bring ourselves to the voting centers. I'm not sure how best to address that, but just to say that the younger generation need to be helped to understand the power that they have, to understand how this one vote would change not just the life of the man that they are voting in, but this vote will change their lives as well, because they are participants in, they become a change agent. I think that's what we need to help our young people to understand.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Matthews Mwalwa, one of the many observers who have been closely monitoring this election. Now, baada ya kura kupigwa, baada ya shughuli nyingi kufanyika mchana kutwa, sasa tunaelekea katika zoezi la kuhesabu kura ili tuanze kupata matokeo. Na moja kwa moja sasa niwaregeshe studio zetu, kwa sababu kama tulivyoahidi tuko na kituo cha kujumlisha matokeo ili tuweze kujua mbivu